For the Brazilian treehopper, with its strange crown-like spheres, the rainforest is both home and battlefield. Every day it faces predators and threats that test its ability to endure. Among the most common predators are birds. Small insect-eating species spot treehoppers easily on leaves and branches. But the unusual spherical helmet plays a clever trick. From a distance, it breaks the insect's outline, making it harder for birds to identify it as food. Spiders also pose a significant danger. Many rainforest spiders build webs that trap unsuspecting insects. A treehopper's lightweight body may escape some sticky threads, but once caught, there is little chance of escape. Then there are the ants, sometimes allies, sometimes enemies. While many ants guard treehoppers for their honeydew, rival ant species or hungry swarms may attack them. In these cases, the treehopper's survival depends on the balance of alliances within the ant world. Another silent but deadly threat is parasitism. Deep in the lush rainforests of Brazil lives a creature so unusual that it seems to have stepped out of a science fiction story. With its tiny body and strange crown-like structures sprouting from its back, the Brazilian treehopper is one of the most bizarre insects on Earth. This peculiar insect belongs to the Membricidae family, a group of insects commonly known as treehoppers. Treehoppers are distant relatives of cicadas and leafhoppers, all belonging to the order Hemiptera. While many treehoppers camouflage themselves, the Brazilian treehopper stands apart with its remarkable appearance. Discovered centuries ago in the tropical regions of South America, this insect has baffled scientists and naturalists alike. Its most striking feature is the bizarre globular appendages that rise above its body. These strange structures serve to confuse predators. Early European explorers and entomologists were fascinated by this creature, sketching it as one of the strangest examples of insect diversity in Brazil. Over time, the Brazilian treehopper became a symbol of the strange and wonderful world of evolution. Like other members of the Membricidae family, the Brazilian treehopper feeds by piercing plant stems and drinking sap. It gathers in groups on the undersides of leaves, where their collective shapes create an even more baffling spectacle for predators. When we first lay eyes on the Brazilian treehopper, Bocydium globular, the most striking feature is not its size but its strange crown, a collection of spherical orbs perched on thin stalks rising above its tiny body. These globes look like miniature balloons or beads floating in the air, giving the insect an almost alien appearance. Scientists call this bizarre extension the pronotum, an enlarged plate that extends from the insect's thorax. In most treehoppers, the pronotum mimics leaves, thorns, or bark to help them hide. But in the Brazilian treehopper, it has evolved into something completely different, a strange structure with no clear mimicry and no obvious function. Its head is equipped with piercing, sucking mouthparts designed to tap directly into plant stems and drink the nutrient-rich sap inside. This adaptation is common across the Hemiptera order, but in the case of the Brazilian treehopper, it ensures survival in dense rainforests where food competition is high. But it is the helmet-like pronotum that continues to puzzle scientists. Why would evolution design such a complicated structure that appears to serve no direct purpose? Some believe the spheres confuse predators by breaking up the insect's outline. In our next chapter, we will journey deeper into the life of the Brazilian treehopper and discover its behavior and daily survival strategies in the rainforest. In the vast rainforests of Brazil, life is never still. The Brazilian treehopper, though tiny, plays its part in this living orchestra. Its daily life revolves around one simple yet essential activity: feeding on the sap of plants. Like other members of the Membricidae family, the Brazilian treehopper feeds using a straw-like beak called a proboscis. With this tool, it pierces plant stems to extract sugary sap, its primary food source. Treehoppers are not solitary. They often gather in small groups, clustering along stems and leaves, which provides safety in numbers, confusing predators. While feeding on sap, the Brazilian treehopper excretes a sweet liquid called honeydew, attracting ants that guard them against predators like spiders or wasps. Despite their unusual appearance, Brazilian treehoppers rely on stealth, mimicry, and alliances for survival. spending most of their day quietly perched on stems. Every creature in the rainforest, no matter how small, plays a role in the grand web of life. The Brazilian treehopper, Bocydium globulare, may seem insignificant at first glance. Just a tiny insect with a strange crown of globes. But when we look closer, its role in the ecosystem becomes clearer and even essential. The treehopper feeds on plant sap, a resource many insects depend on. By drawing sap, the treehopper helps regulate plant growth and circulation. Too much sap pressure can harm plants, and treehoppers, along with other sap-feeding insects, act as natural regulators. One of the most important roles of Brazilian treehoppers is their production of honeydew, a sugary liquid excreted as they consume sap. This honeydew becomes a vital food source for ants, bees, and even certain fungi, fueling countless interactions across the forest. Brazilian treehoppers also become prey for many creatures. Spiders, lizards, and birds feed on them, making them an important link in the rainforest food chain. Their odd shape might confuse predators, but when caught, they provide crucial nourishment for higher animals. In the rainforest, nothing exists in isolation. The Brazilian treehopper's quiet role as a sap feeder, honeydew producer, and prey species helps maintain the delicate equilibrium of the jungle. Its presence, though small, supports larger cycles of life that shape the forest's health. In the dense forests of Brazil, survival is a never-ending challenge. Tiny wasps and flies sometimes lay eggs inside or on treehoppers. When the larvae hatch, they consume the insect from within, a grim reminder of the hidden dangers of the forest. But perhaps the greatest long-term threat is habitat destruction. The Brazilian rainforest is shrinking due to deforestation. When the trees fall, the sap-supplying plants disappear, ants lose their homes, and the delicate cycle supporting the treehopper collapses. Despite these dangers, the Brazilian treehopper survives through adaptation and mystery. Its bizarre helmet, while still puzzling to scientists, likely evolved as a tool of survival. By confusing predators, blending into its surroundings, or simply making it look too strange to eat, the spheres grant it precious time to escape. The Brazilian treehopper's life is a fragile dance between predator and prey, survival and extinction. Each threat it faces highlights not only the dangers of the rainforest, but also the resilience of life. For centuries, the Brazilian treehopper, Bocydium globulare, remained hidden in the rainforests of South America, unknown to science. It wasn't until naturalists and explorers began collecting insects from these dense forests that the world discovered this alien-like creature with strange globes sprouting from its back. To scientists, the Brazilian treehopper is more than just an insect. It is a mystery waiting to be solved. The bizarre helmet structure has fascinated entomologists, sparking endless debate. Is it a defense mechanism, a tool for communication, or perhaps an evolutionary ornament that has no clear purpose at all? Researchers study treehoppers not only for their appearance, but also for their behavior. The mutualistic bond between treehoppers and ants provides valuable insight into coevolution. By observing how ants protect treehoppers in exchange for honeydew, scientists uncover parallels to farming and resource management in larger ecosystems. Treehoppers also inspire fields far beyond biology. Their unusual shapes have captured the imagination of artists, storytellers, and even engineers. Designers often look to insects for inspiration in creating biomimetic technology, tools and machines that borrow from nature's blueprints. But while some view this insect with wonder, others see it with fear. Its alien-like appearance has led to myths, online rumors, and even conspiracy theories, with people questioning if such a creature could really exist. For those unfamiliar with rainforest diversity, the treehopper's design seems almost otherworldly. Conservationists, however, see the insect differently. The Brazilian treehopper is a symbol of biodiversity, representing the countless species that still remain undiscovered in the Amazon. Every time a new insect like this is documented, it reminds humanity of how little we truly know about Earth's ecosystems. The Brazilian treehopper is not just an insect, it is a living question mark, forcing us to rethink how evolution works and how many secrets remain in nature's design. Its presence highlights the importance of protecting rainforests, where millions of other strange and wonderful creatures may still be waiting to be discovered. In the heart of the Brazilian rainforest, life is a delicate balance, with every species playing a vital role in maintaining the ecosystem. The Brazilian treehopper, Bocydium globulare, though tiny, is no exception. Its strange globes may capture attention, but its ecological role is what makes it truly important. Tree hoppers are sap feeders. Using their needle-like mouth parts, they pierce plant stems and drink the nutrient-rich sap. As they feed, tree hoppers excrete honeydew, a sugary liquid that becomes food for countless other species, from ants to bees to even tiny fungi. This honeydew makes tree hoppers keystone insects in their environment. Ants form powerful alliances with them in return for this sweet reward, providing constant protection from predators that might harm them.
Thanks for watching, friends. We hope you enjoyed exploring this rare insect with us today. If you learned something new, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare Insects, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming discoveries. Your valuable comments and suggestions mean the world to us, and they help us stay on the right path to our goal of bringing you closer to the hidden wonders of nature. See you in the next adventure. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.